Hi guys, welcome to Shetiro Site Repair channel. I'm gonna show you how to perform DPF regeneration, forced DPF regeneration manual 1. So you need to connect ground to this pin here, basically right top pin. Just remove the cover here and connect it. And after that you need to start the engine and press the gas pedal 2 times. But if you perform DPF regeneration, you need to change the oil. So in order to check whether the connection there is good, you can simply switch on the ignition and press the gas pedal 5 times to reset oil change interval, just because anyway I'm gonna change the oil after that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see the glow plug icon should blink 5 times. Okay, so now the oil change interval is reset and I can basically start the engine. And I can press the gas pedal 2 times now to perform DPF regeneration. But before that, I'm gonna connect a ForceScan application to show you some data related to that, like temperature and stuff like that. Okay, so I see that my, engine coolant temperature 66 degrees now, and I think it's not enough to start the DPF regeneration process. Let's try. So 66 degrees and 2 times. No, it doesn't start. So I think the temperature should be at least 70 degrees, so let's heat it a bit more. Okay, so I heated it a bit and let's try to start the DPF regeneration procedure. So now it is 78 degrees, engine coolant temperature. And I'm going to press the gas pedal 2 times. 1, 2. Yeah, you see, it ups the RPM to 1.8k, and basically it means that DPF regeneration procedure manual 1 has been started successfully. Cut temp 1.1, it is catalytic, it is exhaust temperature before the catalytic converter. Cut temp 2.1, it is the exhaust temperature after. So, and it's going to be very high. This is exhaust gas differential pressure, DPF, so just remember 2.7 something. Engine coolant temperature, this is EGR bypass, it's going to be off always. This is exhaust gas flow amount, interesting, so we don't actually need it here. Intake air temperature, now it is 2 degrees Celsius, outside. This is mass airflow, MAP pressure in the intake manifold, and oil dilution amount, gram. So it was 0 just because I reset everything. So let's see, now it is 6 something, So basically it performs regeneration, and you see the temperature is basically rising. So engine coolant temperature, and you see temperature, exhaust temperature, basically before and after catalytic converter. It's hard to see, but there is some insignificant smoke, as you can see. And yeah, so basically some insignificant smoke. You should find, the place where you can create some noise, for like 30-40 minutes, engine noise, and basically where it's not critical for the exhaust. So it should not be your garage or something. It should be somewhere outside of neighborhoods and stuff like that. So be careful with that. So you see the temperature cut temp to 1, it is after DPF. Basically it means DPF temperature is pretty much 600 degrees and engine temperature pretty much 100 degrees. So now it is 2 degrees outside. I'm going to open the hood just to help engine to cool down a bit and also enable the heater, and let's see. I decided to not open the hood, and as you can see, temperature is decreasing. I enabled heater on maximum, so engine temperature 94 degrees, which is great. It is recommended to open the hood, but since now it's kind of cold, outside, I think it's okay. So yeah, and you need to sit like this around 30-40 minutes, up to 1 hour actually, around 40 minutes I guess. So I'm going to spy on the data here. and yeah, it's pretty boring. It's interesting. DPF temperature, you know, goes down, as you can see, pretty much to normal one. DPF pressure has been increased a bit. It was even 2 something. Actually, it's lower than it was before, but a bit higher than it was when DPF temperature was around 600 plus degrees. And oil dilution, you know, is not growing anymore. However, the engine keeps RPM. So as you can see, it's 1.8. So it's interesting. Seems like it's part of DPF regeneration procedure. I didn't know that. I didn't know that it is part of that. I mean, I thought that it always injects additional, you know, fuel as part of the exhaust stroke, but seems like no, it's not that simple. Catalytic temperature or slash DPF temperature, you know, the second sensor, the temperature goes down, so it's not injecting additional fuel. However, the procedure is still going, which is interesting. Let's spy on it more. DPF differential pressure is even lower, so it's dropping RPM. It's dropped it a bit and then returned back. It's interesting. Okay, the temperature is increasing again, and oil dilution, you know, again is increasing as well. So, and engine temperature again 99 degree. I think up to 100 it's okay. So, but yeah, better to open the hood. And DPF differential pressure is even lower. Okay, let's wait more. So DPF temperature 500 plus degrees, coolant temperature is a bit lower. So yeah, differential pressure 2.5 to 0.6, which is again lower than it was before. So before I started the procedure, when engine was idling, differential pressure was 0.8, 0.9, something like that. So let's see how it's going to be after this procedure completed. So it's back again to 600 degrees. Oil dilution is even more, 81 grams, and engine temperature is around 100 degree, always, not more. What is the reason for manual regeneration? So when you drive mainly in a city, you know, and the distances are pretty short, and your engine is always, you know, cold, and it's not enough time to warm up it properly. So when you do that, it's better to perform from time to time manual DPF regeneration, just to, you know, remove the soot from there. Also, if you notice that it performs regeneration too often, you can see it by slightly increased, you know, RPM when it's idling, and also engine sound is a bit different. So when you notice something like that, check the differential pressure and consider manual regeneration, if you, or just drive outside somewhere like 100 kilometers or something. I guess differential pressure should be lower than what I had, so I'm not sure about the reference value, but what I know for sure that the engine tried to perform DPF regeneration too often. It was unusual. Usually it was not that, you know, often. So let's see what will be the differential pressure after that. I didn't have any errors or whatever. DPF temperature 620 degrees, and now it's going down. Oil dilution is pretty much 100 grams. So you see it's going down. However, the engine is still keeping 1.8k RPM. Okay, I think the procedure has been completed, and it dropped the RPM back to normal, you know. And what we see here now, the engine is still very warm. DPF temperature is back to normal. Oil dilution 99.2 grams. And see DPF differential pressure. Basically, it's kind of twice lower than it was before. So 0.3, 0.5, you know. I'm going to wait a bit until it is 80 something degrees, you know, engine temperature, and then I will reset the oil reset interval. This is basically oil dilution, you know. Yeah, you see DPF differential pressure is now twice less than before. That's perfect. So I guess this is kind of probably normal value for 253k kilometers, you know. I changed the oil and drove a bit, everything is okay. Be careful with this engine, just because Usually I drained around 5 liters, but this time I drained more than 5, probably 5.3, 5.4. So just because of DPF regenerations, and especially if you drive it only in the city, so be kind of careful with that. So you see my new oil filter there. Okay, so thank you for watching.